Testing, testing. One, two, three. 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 Let me just share the link. Just share the link. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me, if my audio is coming in clear before I start this. Let me know. Because I'm about to ruffle some feathers with this one. This whole Yasuke issue is just it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when I was a child back in 2009 when Barack Obama won presidency, and how before that white people swore they weren't racist. They swore they didn't see color until something that they believed was only meant for them changed. You know, and so let me just let enough people matriculate in. Those who are going to come in, we'll let them come into the chat before we start this. How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Hope we're having a good Friday. Hope we had a great, productive week. Hope everyone stays safe, stays healthy, stays well. Let's get into this. So, if y'all don't know, I'm sure y'all do by now, but if y'all don't know, it's Assassin's Creed, probably one of the greatest continuous sagas in gaming and fiction right now, released another installment to its ever-expanding universe, which is Assassin's Creed. I forgot what the title. I think Assassin's Creed. What was it? Assassin's Creed. What is the new one called? It's not Odyssey. It's not Rogue. It's not Origins. Assassin's Creed. What is the new one called? Did they give it a new name? Or was it like Assassin's Creed? What was it at? Assassin's Creed like Shadows or Assassin's Creed Japan or some shit like that, right? And they gave it a new name and everything, right? And they have, yes, Assassin's Creed Shadow. That's what it was. Assassin's Creed Shadow. Gave it a new name and all that good shit, right? And it's supposed to be focused on Japan during the feudal era around 1500s. Ironically, the 1500s would have been what, maybe 1 century into slavery, because the transatlantic slave trade started around the 1400s when Columbus got lost and found America, right? I think what was it? Columbus sailed the East Blue in 1492 or some shit like that. Yeah. So about a good 100 or so years into the into the modern slave trade that built the world as we see it today, right? And we have Yasuke, the East African who was essentially in bondage under the Jesuits, who met Nobunaga Oda, the daimyo of that time, right? And they're making him the second. They're making him the. I think the word is called the deuteragonist of AC Shadows. Now, let me start off by saying this. I completely agree with the sentiment of that. If you're going to give me shit, if you're going to give me a new product, give me some good shit. All right? Don't give me bullshit and then tell me to buy it up and eat it. Don't. I have no problem as a consumer buying a good product. Don't give me bullshit and then tell me it's 5-star. Well, let me just say that right now, right? Because I'm right there with people when I'm talking about I'm right there with folks when they go on about the whole shoehorning in woke shit, shoehorning in Mary Sue shit. I agree with you totally. I remember in Legend of Korra when they made her bisexual out of nowhere, and they wanted to tell us as fans, "Oh, it's there." No, they fucking weren't. If we're gonna make this girl gay, make her gay. Don't spoon feed me gay, secrets. Make her gay. So let me start by saying that I completely understand the sentiment of lazily presenting me a story and then telling me, "Oh, I'm the problem for not liking the bullshit you're trying to feed me." I completely get that, but this situation here doesn't fit under that, because let's just kick open the beehive. No, not even the beehive. Let's kick open the hornet's nest, the Japanese hornet's nest, and address this for what it is. A lot of white men have this weird possessive ownership over Asian culture. Like, they feel like it's incumbent on them to preserve the authenticity of Asian culture because they like it. Let's just start right there. I have never seen so many white men care about authenticity of a culture that isn't theirs until it's Asian culture. Since when the fuck do y'all care about keeping shit authentic for other groups of people? Oh no, it's because you are able to vicariously live through those cultures and inject yourselves in them, that you want to keep the integrity of it. Let's keep it a buck. White guys have a very weird possessive relationship with Asian culture, particularly Japanese culture. Very weird. And of course, we're seeing the shit about, of course, if you're into anime and shit, you've noticed this with the whole with the otaku and weeaboo ass people. Dudes from Wisconsin talking about Moide Shenderu, Baka. Like, no, Tyler, you're a cheesehead. Relax. And to King Kaizen's point, yes, people are using the term woke too loosely. This isn't an issue of wokeness. It's not. It's an issue of the fact that, and as much as I hate this company, because I'm sure you guys have probably heard of that Sweet Baby Inc. company that came out with their whole ridiculous rhetoric about how they go into game studios and force their identity politics on game studios. I hate the fact that this shit right here actually validates why those people think the way they do. I actually hate it does, because now you can't tell, you can't say that Sweet Baby Inc. isn't wrong for the shit they say when the moment you make a black protagonist, you got dudes coming out of nowhere talking about, oh, that's historically inaccurate in a game where you played an Italian who was slap boxing the Pope. Now they want historical accuracy. I'll say that again. This is the same series where you played as an Italian who went on a crusade and ended up slapboxing the Pope, beat his ass in his own cathedral. And then later on, killed him. In what was it? In AC Origins, who killed Pope Rodrigo Borgia. But now it's historical accuracy. And let's be very clear. It's not the fact that it's about historical accuracy. It's not that. The issue is again, these white guys feel possessive over Asian culture. They feel possessive over that shit. They feel that that's theirs. I was watching an Asmongold clip that's someone put in Discord, and he's reading comments where it was like, well, shouldn't we strive to protect the authenticity of Japanese culture? I'm like, since when the fuck have white men cared about the authenticity of anyone's culture? Since when? When? Y'all have been whitewashing shit for ages. When did y'all care about authenticity? These are the same white guys that when what was that shitty ass movie called Gods of Egypt came out, and they had all the Egyptian gods played by Englishmen, didn't say jack shit about authenticity. Those boys were quiet. Remember that shit? Let me go find that shit. Let me share my screen. Let me go find that shit for you guys. These are the same. These are the same chuckle fucks talking about authenticity, and they weren't saying this shit when this movie was coming out. Like what the fuck is this? They have Gerard Butler playing Anubis. Look at this cast. Egyptians. The only black character in that movie was Chadwick. This is the main hero in the movie, in a movie called Gods of Egypt. That's the main hero. These fools were nowhere to be found talking about authenticity. In fact, I'm incorrect. This dude is Horus in the movie. This is Horus. God of the sky. They had Gerard Butler playing the god of desert Set. Talking about historical inaccuracy. Really? Hell, let's go pull up the movie. What was that movie? That movie about Noah that had Russell Crowe and Emma Watson. Historical inaccuracies. Where were y'all back then? Huh? What? Nah, no. See, y'all don't give a fuck about historical inaccuracies. Like I said, let's Let's call it what it is. It's not about being accurate. Y'all don't care about that shit. Like let's be honest. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's be like I would have more respect for you white guys if you I would have more respect for you white guys, right? If you white guys had the spine that your grandfathers did. See, your grandfathers were open racist. Like they let you know, I don't like the blacks, I don't like the Japanese, keep them out of my neighborhood. I would respect you new era white guys if you had that same boldness and backbone to just say it with your chest. Don't do this female bitch babble about well and accuracies are incorrect. Like please don't do this. Please. Cause now you're insulting my intelligence. I know it's not about accuracies. You know it's not. You know the reason why this makes you mad is because you have an obsessive, possessive ownership over Asian culture where you feel as though it's yours. And that's something that's an underlying theme in general with like gaming culture and geekdom culture, where like white dudes just feel like if it's Asian culture, that's theirs. It's okay for them to inject themselves in it or be, what was the term that Thomas Jefferson used? Manifest destiny, and it's the white man's burden to keep Asian culture authentic. You got white dudes out here trying to edit the Wikipedia on who Yusuke was. Like let's be real here. Y'all don't care about inaccuracies when it's other people's shit unless you want it. That's the same reason why when it comes to Egypt, y'all only go as far back as Cleopatra. Remember, Cleopatra was the last pharaoh. What about the other 15 before her? Why don't y'all touch those pharaohs? Oh, because you know you can't blur the lines and make those pharaohs white. And look at here. These white people have been trying to whitewash Cleopatra twice in the 60s and in 2019. Let's call it what it is. Why won't y'all go back to King Tut? To King Ramses? You want to know why? Because you can't pull that. Oh well, actually, she was Greek. Oh well, actually, she was a descendant of Alexander the Great. No, you can't do that with them. That's why y'all only ever go back to Cleopatra. Let's call it what it is. Like the excuses I'm hearing to get mad at this shit blow me away. I'm hearing these people talk about, oh, Yusuke wasn't a samurai, he was a retainer. Okay, and the Pope wasn't a Templar, and Machiavelli wasn't an assassin. But you still played those games. And Hercules never existed. But in AC Odyssey, apparently you're one of his descendants. Like, what are you arguing right now? Okay, Yasuke wasn't a Templar, and the Apple of Eden isn't real. Yasuke wasn't a Templar, and the Mayan calendar of the 2012 Mayan calendar shit isn't real. Nothing happened in 2012. Nothing happened. But you were okay with that. Why? Like again, you got these fuckers talking about I want historical accuracy in a game where previously they were literally beating the ass of the Pope, of the Pope. They were beating his. I know I played AC3 where Ezio ran up on Rodrigo Borgia, his ass in the throne room. I remember that shit. And he was using the fucking apple. No, it wasn't apple. You used the apple. He had the staff eat it. Like y'all gotta come up with better argument. Like if you want to be racist in this modern era, you got to do better. I'm not even saying you can't be racist. Just be better. Be good at it. Like your grandfathers had the backbone to say, I don't want those N-words around me. Now y'all are saying, well, you know what, honey? We need to move. Like, stop. Stop being pussy. Just say it with your chest. Like this is getting ridiculous. Just say it with your chest. Like, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. The reason why AC Shadows makes me mad is because I don't want to see a black man play a samurai, even though historically he is the only person we know for a fact could have been a samurai. Say it with your chest. If all these YouTube Twitter racists with YouTube channels just came out and said it like that, I wouldn't have an issue with it. I'd be like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Because this whole thing about accuracy, that ain't going to work. And then you got folks talking about, oh, well, in the other AC games, you played from the country that you were in. Come again? The country that you were in? Are you sure about that? Huh? If we go down the line, that's not even holding up either. The country that you were in, are you sure you want to play that game? Because let's go down the line. You had Ezio Auditore, who is an Italian in Rome. Or when Ezio was the Italian, or when Ezio was an Italian in Turkey, or when Haytham was a British colonial overseer in America, or where Aveline was a mixed African woman in colonial America, or when Edward Kenway and I was in the Discord with y'all on Discord, and I said the fact that these YouTubers like Tyrone Magnus conveniently ignored Black Flag was the tell I needed to know they were on bullshit. Because again, Edward Kenway was running around the West Indies, and this man was a whole Welshman. This man was a whole Welshman running around the West Indies as a pirate. And all these dudes, if you ask them what was the last best AC, they'll all say Black Flag. Like, let that sink in. The same people that will say, "Oh, well, just make the protagonist of the same culture as your theme depicting it, and it'll all be good." Will tell you that Black Flag was at last best AC game, but the main character wasn't West Indian. He was a Welshman. He was a Welshman that was the West Indies, and then freed a slave at Adewale. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not even upset with y'all for being mad. Because again, my thing that I said immediately is that I'm not going to say that Ubisoft owes black people a main character. I won't say that shit because that sounds crazy. But what I will say is this. It would have looked very suspect if for the third time they had a black character that they could have used, and instead of giving them their own full game, they made that character DLC again. That would have been 3 different times. Like, if y'all want to dodge the allegations, making another black character DLC wasn't gonna do it, because first it was Adewale in Black Flag, then it was Aveline in AC Bloodlines. Then you want to do it again with Yasuke. That'd have been 3. At this point, the question would then become, okay, why do y'all keep making black characters DLCs? See, and that's when it would have been a problem, because now it's a pattern. What I would have done for this whole thing is, because let's be very clear, I know for a fact you white guys don't care about women as far as you being protagonists, which is why y'all essentially ignored the assassin, the Japanese assassin girl in the fucking front of the trailer art. Y'all ignored her ass. So I know for a fact, if they had made this trailer and published it and made it with 2 male characters, one being Yasuke and one being a Japanese man, y'all wouldn't be irritated like this. I know that for a fact. I know if they had removed the girl and just made it 2 men, y'all wouldn't be this mad. That includes the black people saying, oh, this is wrong too. I know for a fact y'all wouldn't be this mad, because you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the presidency, I think it was 2008, when it was Hillary, Mitt Romney, and Obama. And essentially it was like, look, I don't like black folks, but hell no, am I going to have a female president? It's the same mindset. I know if they had removed the girl and made it 2 men, y'all wouldn't be complaining. I know y'all wouldn't. You know y'all wouldn't. Let's be very frank. Again, say it with your chest. Let's, you white guys, say it with your chest. Yep, she's a Kunoichi. Yeah, she's a Kunoichi. Yes, she's a Kunoichi. Remember, it was the last Assassin's Creed, like, mainline story that had a solo protagonist of male gender was, I think, Black Flag. After that, I think they put in AC Syndicate. And remember how when AC Syndicate was announced, these pussies started crying about how it was the twins? And they were like, oh my gosh, it's a girl as an assassin. Remember that shit? And then they did it again in AC Odyssey, where it was the 2, where it was we could play as a guy or a girl. To quote you white guys, I'm using pattern recognition to realize that every time these game developers add a woman to the storyline, you get angry. That's how I know you wouldn't care if this Kunoichi girl wasn't in the title, because the last 2 games that had a girl protagonist, y'all threw bitch face about it. Hell, the first time they did it, y'all got mad. Yeah, no. Like, again, Tyrone Magnus knew what he was walking into when he made that video, because he even put that disclaimer saying, oh, well, you know, and the thing about it, right, is that I wouldn't call Tyrone Magnus and black dudes who make the kind of arguments he does for racist white people coons. I won't call them coons, because when a coon is someone who genuinely hates themselves. I don't think Tyrone hates himself. What it is that Tyrone is okay with being a token black. There's token blacks and there's coons. Tyrone and the guy and the black guy in this video that on Twitter is getting roasted, mind you, they're okay with being tokens. They're okay with being tokens. They may not hate being black, but they're definitely okay with being tokens. Because again, and for me personally, I'm of the mindset of like, look, don't include black people in your media. If you aren't black, don't include us. I have enough self-esteem to not want to see. I have enough self-esteem as a black man to not care to be seen in your media. I'd rather not be seen. If you're going to put me in your media and one, either mismanage my image, or two, invite racism upon me because of you including me, I'd rather you not include me, because then that way, when I make my media, I won't include you either. That's the one thing I agree with Eric July on YouTube. Don't include me. I'll go make my own shit and not include you. Because if you notice, a lot of these companies keep on dropping in black people in situations where they know racism is going to come. And they've been doing it more with black women, but this is an example of this shit. Assassin's Creed has been out for almost a decade, and not one time has anyone asked has anyone asked Ubisoft, why haven't y'all made a non-Egyptian African-based AC game yet? Why? Y'all love making DLCs of black characters. Why not make a full game yet based in Africa that isn't Egyptian? Why? And that's a fair question. Why did you take the one game dealing with Japan and use Yasuke? Why? It's not like you have an entire continent to pick from. Hell, they could have used the story of Mansa Musa as the entire backup for the AC game. It would be called Assassin's Creed and the Golden Empire, or some shit like that, where you're, an imaginary assassin who works under Mansa Musa as his aide, who helps him fight off the Arab invaders who are Templars. Oh, see how easy that shit was? You see how easy you see how that gave you a plot to a game? You see how easy that shit is? And the thing is, look. I'll give Ubisoft the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they should touch any African or black history that's contemporary. Meaning, don't touch Shaka Zulu, don't touch colonialism. Go as far back as you can to where at that point it's irrelevant. I'm gonna make it easy for you. Go pick Mansa Musa. Go something like that. Don't touch any of that shit, because again, they know their and I hate to say it, but when these liberal game critiques come out and say that most gamers are racist and sexist, they're not wrong. Unfortunately, they're not wrong. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, they're not wrong, and because of that, I would prefer them if they were to make an African AC game. Don't touch any parts of slavery. Don't do it. Don't touch any parts of slavery. Go as far back into African history. Go to pre-contact Africa before Europeans and Arabs started invading. Go back that far. Don't touch any part of the earliest I would touch is Mansa Musa, because in that way it's like Mansa Musa is a prominent, well-known African a leader. Go that far back. You use that part of history. You could use the Moors too. Sure, why not? But the issue with the Moors is okay. Well, the issue with the Moors is okay. Well, the Moors are known for their invasion and holding of Spain. So that would also trigger racist. And not only would it trigger racist, it would trigger these FBA ADOS weirdos. It would trigger the racists and these FBA Hebrew Israelite Hotep motherfuckers. It would trigger them too. And that's one thing about this whole that's one thing about this whole Yasuke thing, right? It's funny seeing FBA those people try and claim Yasuke as being black, but simultaneously will tell you that Africans and blacks aren't the same. Yasuke wasn't black, but by their own logic, Yasuke was not black. He was African. Black didn't exist in 1582. It didn't. It didn't exist yet. He was African. But I just want you to notice how again I just want you to notice how these Hotep FBA people are fast and loose with that black is not black and African is African shit. Now Yasuke is black. Okay. So now Yasuke is black, but according to his history, he never once stepped foot in America. But now he's black though. All right. Okay. No, no. I mean, but again, the sergeant was a side character. You see, and I'm not even saying that as a way of saying that. Oh, they don't like seeing black main characters. That I would say is a 50-50. 50-50. But situations like these are why I will always say that racism still exists. Because if racism didn't exist, this response wouldn't exist. You wouldn't feel this triggered over seeing a black man in a position up front if racism didn't exist. This is no different than how when the Star Wars trilogies came out in China, they had to minimize Finn's face on the posters because the Chinese are racist. And Disney obeyed. They did that shit with Star Wars and Black Panther. And that's why And that's why, and to your point, Kaizen, and that's why they want him, and that's why they keep pushing this idea of, oh, well, why don't you make him a DLC character or a side mission or an Easter egg? Okay, so again, they'd rather make another black character be DLC. Okay, but then when they do that, and people say, okay, why do you keep making the black characters DLC and side characters in a story that's supposed to involve all of mankind's history? Then they'll start getting they'll start getting confused. Okay, either way, Ubisoft did this to themselves. Either way, they should have either used Hattori Hanzo or who is that Samurai Rider that was known as like the best of his era? What was it? Mashida Mishimoto. I forgot his name. They should have used one of those two guys and then let this game be what it is and make one specifically and directly tied to Africa that isn't Egypt, or like I said, be honest about who the core audience of these games are, which is white men, and do the smarter of the two things. Either remove the woman or remove the woman. They weren't. And that's the crazy part. These fools completely ignored the fact that the woman there is Japanese. Some fools were saying, oh yeah, nothing like being stealthy than having a 6'4" black man chopping down Japanese people. As if they didn't already tell you in the trailer that you can pick which path, the path of brute force or the path of the assassin, aka the ninja, aka the female character. They completely ignore that because, again, to them, the female protagonist isn't enough for them. Offensive. I said that earlier. This is just the Obama effect. Oh, we're not racist. Oh, really? Okay, let's change this one thing. All of a sudden, is he really an American? I don't think he was born here. Is he really an American? Like, no. It's like, stop. You're not good at this anymore. Stop. You're not good at this anymore. Stop. Your grandfathers were better at this than you are. If you're gonna be racist, be better. I can see through this shit. I got a Sharingan. I can see. Exactly. I mean, again, the arguments don't make any fucking sense. AC stopped being a stealth game with Black Flag. You had Kenway out here with the Kimbo flintlocks. you had this man Kenway out here with a Kimbo flintlocks. Huh? He would shoot one gun, drop it, pull out another one. Shoot that one, pull out another one. Talking about stealth, man. Just say it with your chest, bro. Again, like I said, these white dudes aren't like, they're not like their grandfathers. their grandfathers were more intelligent about this racism stuff. These guys have the it's ironic. These guys have the stealth intact of a samurai, which is none. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like this shit is dumb. The stealth shit, that stealth shit died in AC Black Flag. But by the time AC Unity came out, there was no stealth AC Unity. I have AC Unity on PS4. There is no stealth in that game. That shit is all optional. But like, just say it with your chest. Just say it with your chest. Say it with the chest. I do not want to play as a black man as samurai. In fact, if you said that, I wouldn't even ask you why you feel that way. I know some black people have this like masochistic streak of wanting to know why people hate them. I could give two plankton of a fuck why you hate me. Just let me know you hate me so I can avoid you. I wouldn't even ask you why you don't. But this hiding in plain sight shit that you guys do, because like I want you to understand, the same white guys that are saying this shit online are the same dudes that you'll see at comic book shops, that you'll see at conventions, anime conventions, in plain sight, but have these ideologies. I'm gonna say some controversial shit. Most black gamers have low self-esteem. It's not even a lie. Most black people have low self-esteem. And you know how I can say this very confidently? Very simple. Most black people don't think freely. And what I mean by they don't think freely is I mean in that if you listen to how black people talk, whether it be Africans, Caribbeans, African Americans, UK blacks, etc., they always speak from the perspective of, oh, well, what will white people think of me doing this? Or, well, white people are watching me. Or, well, if the white people do this, why can't I? White people never consider in their head what niggas do in reference to how they live their lives. Like, think about that shit for a second. White people don't, but you'll never hear white folks say, "Oh well, what will the blacks think of me if I do this?" They don't give a fuck what we do and how they live their lives. But you'll always hear black folks saying, "Oh well," you'll always hear black folks say, "Oh well, the white guys do this." So why can't I? Like, look, I don't look at white people as a barometer for how I can or can't behave, or what I can and can't like. But most, like I would say 95% of black people have that little internal monologue in the back of their heads. And most black gamers are sycophantic bootlickers. Most of them are. Most of them are. That's just like they can lie to their white friends and their Asian friends about it, but not to me. I'm black too. I see you. I know what you are. I know what you are. I've seen. I see you. Let me read these comments. I would respect them. Kaizen said I would respect if they were honest about the dance. But yes, exactly. I would completely respect you if you just said it with your chest that hey, if I don't want to play as a nigga. I would completely, and and this goes more into the racial politics of how white men view Asians as their own. Because, like I said earlier, I have never seen white men care this much about the authenticity of another group's culture. Never have I ever seen this shit in my life. Never. These are the same white men who casually lie about other people's history on a daily basis. These are the same white dudes who aggressively try and whitewash other people's history, and who with their own history try and lie about what they did in the past. Let's not forget that these same white dudes who want historical and that let's not forget that these same white guys who are asking for historical accuracy in a video game are the same ones who will shit talk on CRT. I'll say that again. Let's not lose the fact that these same white guys who want historical accuracy in a video game are the same ones who will say CRT is bad. Oh, so when it's made up, it has to be accurate. But when it's about y'all and the truth, oh no, we can't have that in the history books. Like, did you know that nowhere in my K through 12 education did I learn that all of the treaties that the U.S. signed with Native American groups they broke? I had learned that in college. But remember, historical accuracy, though, right? Remember, though, right? Like bro. Thank you. You know what's funny? You're right. You're right, Kaizen. Whenever you play an AC game, it gives you a disclaimer that this game is an amalgamation of the religions, faiths, and beliefs of the Ubisoft team. I mean, this shit writes itself. This shit writes itself. Like y'all, like these white guys ain't even trying. Like, it's crazy. How the fuck are you gonna ask for historical? How are you gonna ask for historical accuracy in a video game, but then tell me that CRT is bad? Like, let that shit sink in. Let that shit sink in. All the white guys and Asian dudes and all these other people who are mad at AC for being historically wrong will tell you to your face that CRT is also bad. Huh? I wish I had downloaded that fucking I wish I had downloaded that GIF of the SpongeBob fish being like, "What? You what? Like, what are we talking about right now? Y'all weren't even trying. At least try." Exactly. Like at least try. Y'all want historical accuracy in a video game, but then cry about CRT? Huh? Like at least try. At least try. But like I said, either way, Ubisoft was caught in a bad position of their own doing because again, if they really wanted to make a African black character, they have a whole fucking continent to pick from. The fact that they waited till they want the fact that they waited till Japanese history to use a black guy is underhanded shit on it in itself. Like I mean, it is what it is. Like it is what it is. That act right there is suspicious. Like it is suspicious. It is. But at the same time, the fact that the audience is responding to the usage of a black character in a game where historically he was there is also like, okay, so y'all just are just done with it, huh? Y'all just being stupid with it, huh? All right. Oh, okay, buddy. All right. You know, my solution. And I mentioned that shit too. And that's how I know if they removed the Koinochi from the game, these white boys wouldn't be saying shit because when God of War Ragnarok came out and the trailer had Angrboda being black, these fuckers lost their minds. And that was like, what, 2 years ago? Again, they have a pattern of doing this. This is why, low key, I don't feel sorry for white guys when they get blasted on the internet for this shit. This is why. This is why because y'all can't. It's almost like how black women are horrible gold diggers. Y'all can't keep that shit in long enough to get the payoff. Y'all can't keep it in. And the crazy part about it is, they did all that racist shit for Angrboda before the game came out. And when you play the game, she's not even like 10% of the game. That's the crazy part. You let the racism out of you so fast. You didn't need to wait. Had you waited, you're gonna realize, oh, okay, it's not that serious. Nah, but you saw dark skin in a story about Greek and Norse culture and lost it. And then when I say, oh, but we're not racist though. Really? Really? It's about being accurate. Really? In a game where in a game based off of a character who historically in his stories was never this important. Now it's accuracy. Y'all can't keep your lies straight. Y'all can't keep your lies straight. You can't keep your lies straight, my guys. I'm seeing through you. I'm seeing through you, no Byakugan. I'm seeing through you right now. Like, y'all can't keep the lie straight. That's what makes me mad. Y'all are lying so hard and so rampantly that now your lies are undoing themselves. Again, God of War Ragnarok is a great game. But the fact that they got so annoyed with not even a side character, like a side character being black is insane to me. Is actually insane, especially when that side character's whole role in actual in actual myth was just the mother of the world serpent. Shit is dumb. Like, if you're gonna lie and be racist, be good at it, please. I shouldn't be able to I shouldn't be able to predict your movements. I shouldn't be able to do that. I shouldn't be able to. If I'm able to predict what you're gonna do on some Joestar shit, you're fucking up. You're not a good racist. Try harder. Oh, absolutely. When Loki gets that solo game, and it's him and Agamotto trying to find the other Titan, the other Titans, and watch when those other Titans aren't just all white. Watch, because remember, Agamotto's aunt, she was black too. So remember when all those other Titans aren't white, they'll be like, well, why are there black Titans? Huh? Sorry, not black Titans. Giants. You know what's funny? I didn't care. I didn't care that she was black. I honestly didn't. Because again, in the entire story of God of War, there's already so many liberties being taken that me caring if a character is fucking black would immediately give insight to that I'm a racist. In God of War is literally a story revolving around a character who in his own mythos was never this important, being the son of Zeus. Zeus didn't have a son named Kratos. From what I remember of reading about Greek myth, Zeus only had like what? There was Perseus, Hercules, Ares, and Hephaestus. And I think maybe a Helios. Yes, I said Apollo. And that's 5. Yeah, those are his 5 named sons, if I remember correctly. None of those fools are Kratos. But ironically, all those sons I just named, Kratos kills in God of War. And none of these fools back then were like, "Oh my God, this isn't accurate. How can Kratos kill Hercules and Perseus?" And it's whoa, what's wrong? That's not accurate, guys. It's not accurate. Exactly. The story was fine. Exactly. In God of War 3, you fuck Aphrodite and then kill Hephaestus and Hercules in the same game. But remember, historical inaccuracies. Hell, in God of War 3, they made Pandora an actual person. Wait, no, what I'm talking about, she was a person. What I'm talking about, Pandora was a person. What I mean is that in God of War 3, they made Pandora the I guess the MacGuffin of the box. But accuracies. Like, stop it. Y'all don't care about accuracies? I mean, my thing with Asmongold is that he fence sits on that shit a lot. And I can't fault him because again, he's white. So I'm not gonna sit here and expect complete honesty from a white man in regards to the social dynamics we're seeing. Then a white guy is never, no, correction, very rarely will a white man openly speak on the hierarchies he existed. Very rarely. So I'm not gonna sit here and look at Asmongold and be like, "Oh, okay, well, he'll tell the truth." Of course he won't. I mean, shit. To this very day, white men won't admit how they've. To this very day, white men won't admit how they see Asian women as their property. Yet everybody can see it. Everybody sees it, but no one's gonna say shit about it. Everyone sees it. Even the Asian men see it, and they won't say shit about it. So I'm not gonna look at a white guy and be like, "Oh yeah, he'll give me the brass tacks." No, I expect you to tell me just enough truth to make yourself seem likable, even though we both know there's an underbelly of bullshit there. And again, yeah, like Kaiser said, I'm not mad at you for that shit. Just don't think I don't know. Like as long as you understand, I know you're full of shit. I'm fine, but don't think you got like, but don't think you're like fucking tricking me and shit. No, I can see through you. But let me do this real quick before I forget. You know, if y'all are feeling generous, hit the Cash App. I'm gonna put it in the anything you give is appreciated. Not required, but appreciated. You know, recently I just hit like 2,000 views on a recent video, so I was like, "Oh shit, that's good." Got some subs out of that, but yeah, it's like I'm not like again to anyone who comes across this post in the future, whether that means that, you know, this time 5 years from now or 2 years from now, I blow up on YouTube and I have, you know, thousands of subscribers and shit, and someone wants to come back and see this video and be like, "Oh, see, back then he was like this." Let me reiterate my argument on this entire thing very clearly. One, I am fully aware of the pandering going on in games media towards women and minorities. I personally, as a black man with self-esteem and self-worth, don't like being pandered to. If you're going to give me something with good quality. Point blank, period. Secondly, as a black man that's been in the anime and gaming space as long as I remember, as long as I can remember, I personally would rather not be represented in these games or shows or comics by non-black people if they're going to represent me and my people in a light that makes us look bad. I'd rather not show up in your story if you can't give me the decency to depict me as a full, realized human being in your story. I am more than a side character in real life and in fiction. If you can't grasp that and just make a character there that's good, that's also black, don't have me in the story at all. Don't put us in the story at all. I have enough self-esteem to not care to be in your story. Most black people in anime don't. They just outright don't. Right? Most black anime fans don't have the self-esteem to not care to be seen in other people's fiction, which is why every time you see a black anime artist, it's always, oh, well, what if he was black? Or well, let's highlight black character. It's always shit like, oh, well, let's highlight black characters in anime. Why? Why are you so? Why does being seen in someone else's media make you feel good about who you are? Why do you search that out so heavily? I don't have that issue. If I'm not in your story, I don't give a fuck. So, you want to know why? Because I can go and make my own story how I want it to be. See how that shit works? I don't care. Two, I completely understand. I completely understand both sides of this argument for why this is an outrage. But I know for a fact the majority of the complaints coming from these dudes about Yasuke are drenched, bathed, and concentrated in racism. That's not even debatable. I can clearly understand why people will call this a pander grab completely. Because again, you have an entire continent with millions of tribes that you can make a story about. Yet you wait till Japan to pick the black character to use and have his own mainline story. Nah, no. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna sit here and clap for that shit. Like, okay, cool, he's there, but nah, like the largest continent in the world exists for a story that's based around the historical lives of all of humanity. You not touching Africa, except when it's Egyptian, is a problem. Like that's not lost on me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and act like all you white guys triggered about Yasuke are doing it because you care about history. Y'all don't give a fuck about history. Y'all don't give a singular fuck about history. How are y'all so hard up for accurate history, but then cry about CRT? Huh? Y'all want to preserve Japanese history in a video game, but then your own European history, you want to edit and leave out shit. Stop. Get help. Stop it. Stop. So like I said, I understand the pandering angle. I get the pandering angle because it comes off as pandering. But I'm not going to sit here and let y'all say that the reason why y'all care is about it being pandering and it being inaccurate. Y'all don't give a fuck about accuracy. And not only that, y'all have a pattern of doing this every single time there's either a woman or a person who's not white in the forefront of a story. Y'all do this repeatedly. Y'all did this with AC Syndicate. Y'all did it with AC Odyssey. Y'all did it with God of Ragnarok. Y'all do this shit too much. And as far as, someone will say, "Oh, okay, well, how would you change it?" It's very simple to change it. There's two ways they could have done this correctly. Two. One, acknowledge the fact that the main player base for these games are white men, and white men are majority have racist and or sexist sentiments, and pick the lesser of those two, which is the sexist sentiment. Remove the female ninja and make that a male ninja, and then keep Isuke as samurai. If they did that, the outrage that you're seeing now would not exist. Because again, the AC fan base has shown repeatedly that if you put a woman in that main role, they're going to bitch. So just remove the girl and make it Isuke and Hattori Hanzo, or make up a ninja. I don't know, but that's how I would fix that shit. In fact, what they would do is they can make it that way, right? Where it's Isuke and Hattori Hanzo, right? And then have it to be where, I don't know if y'all have played the game of Tenchi, Stealth Assassins. But in that game, you could either pick as a Rikimaru or the female ninja, and they have completely different play styles. In fact, Tenchi Stealth Assassin is AC before AC was AC. Let me take y'all back. Tenchi Stealth Assassin and Tenchi Wrath of Heaven. Rikimaru and the other girl, I forgot her name. You can choose which one you play as every mission. They each have different play styles. In the game, what you would do is that in the AC game, either you pick a Yasuke or you pick Hattori Hanzo. They play differently, but to add some, sprinkle on top, the actions they commit in each mission cascade into the next and ultimately change how the story goes. So if you play as Yasuke in one mission, and in that mission you storm a fleet, in the next mission, if you play as Isuke, the fact that you stormed that fleet affects how he has to play his gameplay now. But that's how you would do it. And then what did Lion say? Lion said, but I think people have an issue with women as the man because directors suck. Yes, I've made this video before. The reason why most current female protagonists are trash and will be trash for the foreseeable future is because these directors don't want to write women getting punched in the face. And what I mean by that is that for a main character to be seen as good, they have to suffer. That is part of their story. The reason why people like Kratos so much is largely in part to how he has suffered throughout his story. If you can't write a protagonist that's female who's getting her ass kicked in her story, it's not going to work well. It's not. If you look at every successful male protagonist, as much as I hate Batman, you got Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Wolverine. The main things that ties it all together is that in their hero's journey, these boys get their asses kicked. Clark died in his story against Doomsday. Bruce got his back broken against Bane. Spider-Man stays catching L's. Wolverine stays catching L's. A protagonist has to suffer. If you look at how these creators today write female characters, these girls don't go through shit. They don't go through shit, and they always have an answer. No, suffer. If you want to be the main protagonist, suffer. It's as simple as that. When these directors are ready to draw. When these directors are ready to write female characters who get their asses beat and aren't Mary Sue's, then their characters will do well. And let me make a very clear caveat. Batman is a Mary Sue. Batman is probably the first Mary Sue. He's the biggest Mary Sue of them all. Which is why a lot of people now hate that nigga. And I don't blame them. The only reason why Batman gets away with that Mary Sue shit is because he's been here that long. Simple as that. He's been here too long. Simple. But he is a Mary Sue. But Batman is a Mary fucking Sue. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a Batman fan or someone who doesn't know how to read. He's a Mary Sue. But yeah, like if Ubisoft wanted to make this shit correctly and wanted it to do well correctly, they should just acknowledge who their fan base is. The AC fan base is full of racist and sexist, and this AC Shadow shit proved that. So now, you as a company, you have to ask yourself, okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? The intelligent thing would be to pick the lesser of two evils. Okay, we know these dudes are more against women than they are against seeing Asian, against seeing, lead male characters that aren't white. So let's just take the girl out of let's just remove the girl, put in an historical Asian man alongside Yasuke and call it a day. That's if you have to use Yasuke. You don't have to at all. What you could have done instead was make a game based in Africa that isn't Egypt. But see, y'all did not want to do that shit either. So now you suffer. I gave you a free ass plot for an African AC game. Make it take place during the pilgrimage to Mecca by Mansa Musa. Simple. That's free game right there. Make it take place during simple. If you want an African game, make it take place during the pilgrimage of Mansa Musa to Mecca. There is your plot. Do with it what you will. Don't do anything stupid and pick a era in time where slavery either started or still happen for African American for Black people. Don't do that dumb shit, because then what'll happen is you'll put out that story, and in this climate, all the game journals are gonna just hyper focus on, okay, well, it happened during slavery, and this is how it went during slavery. The only reason why the only reason why that AC story about Avalon it's not Avalon, it's Aveline, didn't get the shit it got was because that was before the liberalization of game media. Back then, people weren't this hyper focused on shit, but now you can't do that shit now. So don't do it. Let me read chat. Someone said, yeah, someone's pensive said, yeah, definitely will be compared to Tsushima. That is true. Yeah, I mean, look, yes, it will. It'll be compared because ironically, Ghost of Tsushima is the game these fools actually want. Kaizen, I want to tell you something. The reason why most popular media doesn't care about how many times they reuse World War II and Nazi Germany, you want to know the reason why? Is because in Nazi, with that storyline, everyone knows who the bad guy is. The reason why you couldn't do that, the reason why you can't do that with any other stories is because the bad guys for a lot of other people's histories are white people. In a lot of different people's history books, white people are the Fire Nation. And it's not just one group of whites either, which is why people love using Nazi Germany. With Nazi Germany, it's one group of whites in that one time period, and in that one time period only was that a problem. Imagine you try to make a game about France. Those fools haven't stopped. Like, remember, I think the French government is responsible for like what 30 or 20 different leader kills in Africa to stifle freedom movements. And pensive, you're right. That's what AC Unity was. AC Unity took place during the French Revolution. There's a reason why you don't see any fiction about how the Belgians ruined the Congo, because it's not past tense. They're still doing it. It's not past tense. The Nazi occupation of Germany and the invasion of Poland and the invasion of Poland is past tense. The Nazis no longer exist in the same capacity they exist today. They no longer exist. There aren't Nazis in positions of power like there were back then in 1945. But as far as nationalistic, imperialistic leaders, the French are still there. The US is still that. England is still that. Those mentalities didn't die with those countries. Therefore, media Therefore, the media they put out won't reflect how they currently are. That's the same reason why, if it's not the Nazis, they love bringing up Soviets. If it's not Nazis, they stay bringing up Soviets, stay bringing up communists. If it's not Nazis, why? Always. Propaganda is forever. Always. And again, what will happen is that these white guys will look you in the eyes and say, oh, I don't see it. Bitch, don't play me. I don't get what you mean. Stop it. You know exactly what I mean. If you have a problem with CRT, you know exactly what I'm talking about there, because you understand how if the full scope of history is explained, how a lot of these white countries can't say, "Oh, I'm innocent" anymore. Like shit, people don't even know that that before the Germans hotbox the Jews, they did that shit in Africa first. All the tactics that the Nazi Germans implemented during World War II against the Jewish population, they first did that in Eastern and Central Africa first. That, and mind you, what I just told you, you won't find in a history book from K through 12. You won't find in a history book from K through 12. I had to learn that in college. But remember, the same fools talking about AC Shadows not being accurate don't give a fuck about actual history being inaccurate. It's not about accuracy. It never was. Don't let these guys gaslight you. It's not about accuracy. You're in a video game slap boxing the Pope, and you want accuracy. Okay. Okay, Brandon. All right. Okay, Tyler, we get it. You want accuracy. Y'all weren't crying about accuracy when they made a white guy be Horus in Gods of Egypt. But now it's accuracy. All right. You want accuracy in a video game about Japanese history, but then cry about CRT in American textbooks. Okay, Jacob. All right, Jacob. Accuracy. Okay. It's accuracy, guys. They want accuracy in the video games, but not in actual textbooks. I also couldn't stand how much they kept claiming Vikings was their shit. Yeah, bro, the Swedish people are livid about that shit. There's like a new article every other couple years about Swedish researchers saying these motherfuckers in America are not Vikings. They aren't us. And what's crazy is that oh yeah, I can pull it up for you right now. Yeah, the Swedes hate that shit. I think they recently put out, maybe not recently, maybe like in the last 5 years, they put out like a document talking about how Nazi white power groups are co-opting or correction are culturally appropriating Norse mythology. Yeah, see right here, University of Alberta. White supremacists are misappropriating Norse myth. Scandinavian studies professor debunks idea of racial purity. This was in July. This was in July 2020. So it'll be so in 2 months it'll be its 4-year anniversary. Here's another one. Far right extremists keep co-opting Norse symbolism. Like these fuckers ain't looking for history, ain't looking for accuracy. They are not looking for accuracy. See right here, Viking symbols are everywhere among the ultra right. When the Unite the Right rally took place in Charlottesville in 2017, some protesters carried banners featuring Norse god Thor's hammer, popular among Nazi and neo-Nazi groups. These fuckers ain't looking for accuracy. We was Vikings, right? Like, these fuckers ain't looking for accuracy. I got the Norsemen like, hey, we were not like y'all. You guys are not us. Stop using our shit to make yourselves feel better. Remember accuracy, right? Like don't let these white dudes lie, dude, bro. They don't want accuracy. They want to inject themselves in other people's cultures that they feel that they own. These white guys feel like they own Asian culture. Imagine a white man trying to say, well, we need to preserve the accuracies of Japanese history. Huh? You? Hey, I beg, please. You who won't even preserve your culture accurately want to go and preserve someone else's for them. Okay. All right. I think that's enough coke for today. All right. Appreciate the Cash App from D Sellers. Appreciate the Cash App. Appreciate the Cash App. Yeah, again, like a lot of white Americans, like, and I've always said this: most people in the tapestry that is mankind, most people are just the stitches. We're not the image that's made in it. We're just the stitches. Very few people become an image on that tapestry. Very few groups become an image on that tapestry. Most of us are just the stitch, the insignificant small stitch that ends up making the greater picture. But we're not the picture. We are not the picture. 2,000 years from now, no one will probably remember my name or your name except for our families. That's it. But 2,000 years from now, people will still know who Michael Jackson is. 2,000 years from now, people will still know who Genghis Khan was. But as far as me, outside of my family and my friends and my loved ones, society won't know who I am like that. And a lot of these white guys are the same. But because of white supremacy, they believe that they are more important than they actually are. Exactly. Offensive. Most people's great grandkids won't know a lot about them. Shoot, I don't. I don't know much about my great grandparents. I don't. I mean, I know they existed, obviously, because I'm here, but that's about it. A lot of these white guys over here claiming Vikings, like, stop. It's not about accuracy. Y'all don't care about accuracy. Y'all want to see yourselves. Like, I promise you on everything. If they had made that AC dude be white, you know for a fact these niggas wouldn't be saying shit. If they had done some shit where it was like, you know, in the Animus, it shows us he's white, but to them he looks Asian, they wouldn't be caring at all. They wouldn't. They'd be like, well, the Animus just does that. How much you want to bet these same white guys wouldn't be saying shit if they had made him white? Exactly. They'd be like, oh, well, the Animus just does that. It's part of the story. He's not actually white. It's just we as the characters see him as white. Oh, okay. Convenient. Okay, Tyler. Okay, Tyler. That is very convenient. That now, when the character is white, now it's, well, you know, that's just how the game is. Okay, Tyler. Yep, they would be using all types of literary bullshit to justify it. Like, again, look, to all these white guys out there, all the ones raging in YouTube comments and everything. I know it's because he's black. I know it is. You know it is. My issue is, don't insult my intelligence by coming up with these dumbass reasons. It's not historical accuracy. Y'all have never cared about historical accuracy. You can't tell me you care about historical accuracy in a video game about history that's not even yours, but then tell me in your own country that you don't want to put the truth of your own history in textbooks. You cannot tell me you care about historical accuracy. You don't. You don't. You feel this weird, supremacist, possessive nature over Japanese culture and Asian culture in general. You feel that it's yours. Like seriously, like, I was watching the Asmongold video. She's always talking about how, well, shouldn't we strive to keep Japanese culture? Shouldn't we strive to keep Japanese portrayals of history authentic? Since when have you white guys cared about keeping anyone's culture authentically true? What? Huh? Y'all saying this? Stop, bro. Stop. Exactly, Kaizen. They want historical accuracy in a game where they previously were boxing with the Pope. But historical accuracy. Stop. What they're trying to do, offensive, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to question the legitimacy of his title as a samurai. They can't deny he wasn't there. But they're trying to downplay why he was there or what he did while he was there. So now it's okay. Well, yeah, he was there, but he was a retainer though. Okay, All right. It's like textbook bitch babble. Oh, okay. Thanks for the Cash App pensive. Appreciate that too. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, essentially, again, white like a lot of what I'm saying, a lot of the things I say regarding race are the truth. It's just that everyone knows it's true, but no one wants to come out and say it. I'll give you a very good example. If you've ever watched like dating coach shit or like just like dating stuff, right? And you see a white guy and he'll say, "Oh well, the most attractive races according to women are XYZ," and then he'll say, and then at the top is white men, and he doesn't explain why white men are at the top. Understand, he's very aware of how that happened. He just won't say it because he knows that would directly indicate that there is an effect of racism at play. It's the same reason why it's the same reason why whenever people talk about why Asian men are seen as the least desirable, no one really digs into why that is, but everybody knows why. The reason why Asian men are seen as less attractive is because white men have globally cucked their image across the globe in media. And white men won't come out and say this shit because they know that it makes them look bad. But everybody knows it. Everybody knows that's what's going on. Everybody does. But you'll have these white dudes who will tap dance around that shit like, oh well, it's because we're taller and this and that's like, no, Jacob, stop, Jacob, stop, Jacob. You and I both know the reason why is because white guys have like almost half a millennia worth of racist PR that your great grandfathers put themselves at the top while sabotaging the images of other races of men. And the only reason why black men are seen as a competitive threat to y'all is because one, y'all have this weird fixation with black dick, and two, y'all made the mistake of telling your women that black men are sexual beasts, thinking that being a sexual beast would be a bad thing in the long run. That was a miscalculation. But see, none of these dating coaches will say this shit. None of these podcasts you watch will say what I just said. But everyone knows that's the truth. Everyone knows it. Black men are seen as desirable as we are off of the strength of luck and genetics. It's very lucky for us that the stereotypes that other men put out about us backfired. And it's also lucky for us that genetically we are physically imposing men genetically. It's very hard to say that you're better than me as a non-black person when physically I look this imposing without even trying. I mean, shit. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen that video of that white guy being like, after 5 years of working out, I finally look like a black guy who doesn't work out. Yeah, right here on TikTok. You can't make shit like this of your own free volition and will, and then come in and then try to have me believe I'm inferior to you. No, someone's lying. No one forced this. Why gotta do this shit? And this shit almost has 500,000 likes. Look at the comment. Look at the comments. No one's even denying this shit. They just have that crazy bill for no reason. And then, of course, here comes the racism. They should thank us, really. Now they're preaching genetics. Okay. The obsession is real. They have such good genetics. Only the fittest of them survive. Like, look, I mean, this is all coming out of them for free. Black men didn't do shit. They just saying this of their own free will. And then you want me to believe they want me to believe that you're and y'all will be doing this shit of your own free will, with no one provoking you to do it, and then come and tell me that your feelings about seeing a black man as the main character of a video game is completely organic. No, my guy, no. Tyler, no, I see you, Tyler. No. Y'all been insecure about black men. Y'all been insecure. You guys watch us harder than the women do. Exactly, D. Scott. They in the comments saying, "Oh, we made them like that through breeding." Just let me again. This is just casually saying this shit. No one made these fools type this shit in here. No one made these fools type this shit. No one made this boy. No one made this white guy make this video. No one made him make this. He did it himself. No one's making y'all do this shit. This shit right here is the shit that people know but don't say out loud. Or make it as a joke. Ha ha funny. Nah. Y'all ain't slick. All this shit comes down to is the possessive insecurities of white men when they see black men in positions that they feel that they should have themselves. And again, I say that not to completely erase the fact that what Ubisoft is doing is pander shit. It is. But let's not act like y'all's response is completely authentic for history. It's not. Both y'all on bullshit. Both y'all are on the bullshit. But that was almost a good 2 hours. I think I made my point very clear, but I'll say it one more time in a very succinct way. One, I am I am completely cognizant of the pandering that Ubisoft is doing. They are pandering because if they wanted to make African lead, they have the entire continent of Africa, excluding the hyperfixation on Egypt, to make a story about. Them deciding to wait till Japan to use them deciding to wait till Japan to use a Yasuke is suspect. I'm not even going to say it's not. It's suspect. But that being said, I know for a fact that the outrage about him being used isn't purely based in the need for authenticity. It's not. You white guys are insecure about black men. You admit this shit yourselves, unprovoked. Y'all don't care and never cared about historical accuracy. There's no way you can tell me that shit while at the same time saying that CRT is the devil. Stop it. The reason why y'all care about Japanese accuracy is because y'all have this supremacist hyperfixation on Asian culture, particularly Japanese culture, as being yours. And you hide it behind authenticity. There's too many of you out there who are full-blown otaku, Koreaboos, and weeaboos for me to believe that shit. Point blank, period. And third, and most importantly, I honestly wouldn't care if Ubisoft or any game developer didn't showcase black people, because I'd rather not be in your work of fiction if you depict me as trash versus being there or not. I have enough self-esteem as a black person to not want to see myself in other people's works because I can go and make my own shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. Yes, weeaboos are non-Japanese people who have a sycophantic interest in Japanese culture. Most weeaboos are white women and white men. That being said, Pensive, you did give a good idea for another video. I think you said it earlier about I don't know if it was you or Kaizen that put. Let me see if I can find the comment. Where was I should make a video about how to be I don't know where the comment is here, but you made a good comment of what the next video should be, and that is true. How to be a black anime fan or something like that doesn't have low self-esteem, because I said it before and I'll say it again and I'll stand on this shit. Most black comic book anime fans have low self-esteem, especially I would say honestly, the anime manga black fans have lower self-esteem than the comic book ones. Yeah, how to be a black geek with self-esteem. There it is. Because I know I'm not the only one that sees how a lot of these black anime fans are out here bootlicking. I know I'm not. And the telltale sign of that shit is how every time I know I'm not the only one that sees the bootlicking. I know I'm not. Like, again, I know I'm not. A lot of the shit I say is shit that everyone sees, but no one wants to talk about. I know we all see it. We all see that bootlicking shit. We all see it. Yeah, and pensive. I think that's the reason why black comic book fans aren't as bigger bootlickers than black manga fans, because with black comic book fans, there's enough black characters in comics for you to feel represented and seen. Now, personally, my favorite characters in comic books aren't even black. So I can't say that I gravitate heavily to that myself. But at least it's there. In manga, there isn't, because, again, the Japanese are the fucking Japanese. They don't have any allegiance to show black people. And if they do, these fools are still as ignorant as they were in 1561. If you say black, all I think is hip hop. Just how when Oda saw Iesuke in 1500s and say, "Oh, his skin must be fake." They've been ignorant for almost 500 years about black people. So I don't expect them to show me in their media in a positive light. I could care less. But a lot of black folks care. And why is that? Because you want to be seen. But that's a whole other video. I'll probably do a live on it. Because, yeah, I'll probably do a live on it. But that's going to be a whole other thing. But, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And realistically, the reason why those black people exist is because within their homes and within their personal lives, they were never raised with the proper pride of their own cultural identity. That's why they yearn and seek to be seen and validated by other people in their own media. Because at home, you know what? I might as well drop the link to close it out. I might as well. Let me just copy it. Here's a link for y'all. To close it all out, I'll drop the link in. I've talked enough. Let y'all come in and add your piece to it. Sup, Lion? How you doing?
What up, man? You hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Pardon me, because I'm in my car. I'm driving.
Got you.
Yeah, I was laughing because I'm like, black people have a low self-esteem. I was like, yeah, I see it too. I would just say, I went to last October's Comic-Con and like,
yep.
So that's why I when you said that, I immediately recalled, because I'm sitting there like,
yep.
Yeah, I can see it too. I'm just sitting,
yep.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting there wearing a regular Marvel. I was wearing different T-shirts. Like one particular day, I was wearing a Marvel T-shirt. Next day, I was wearing a Batman T-shirt. But I was also wearing Jordans.
Yep.
I wasn't wearing no costume or nothing like that. And I was like,
Yep, I remember when I went to my first con. It was a Boston Con in 2018. I found it uncanny how all the black people that were there were all in interracial relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this as someone that's like, pro-black, black love. I'm just like, damn, let me get this straight. All these black folks love the same hobby, couldn't be together? Okay.
Yeah, it's extra weird. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. But yeah, it's like you said, like I don't feel any type of way because I know black people are represented. Like you see my avatar, that's Miles Morales.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't need to feel seen by others when I know who I am. And if I want to be seen, I can just go and create my own shit.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. You want to be seen so bad and go create your own. Pretty much. And like, yeah, that's the one thing that hurts me about black people. We want to be seen so damn bad.
It's like
and it's never in a good light. And when we are, it's hardly ever in a good light.
And that's what I'm saying too. It's like, okay, if you want to be seen so bad, other people shit, but then every time they show you, it's always fucked up. How about you just stop? And let's go make your own shit.
Yeah. I am all fine. I'm all fine with it. But it's like, this urge to be seen. It's like,
But yeah, Pensive, you are right. The whole Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man thing is just like this whole AC Shadow thing. Is yes, Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. The same way Ben Reilly is not Spider-Man. But I know the reason why y'all are saying that is not because of that, it's because he's black.
Yeah, because he's black. Honestly, and here's the thing, we go deeper into it because that was one of the complaints about Spider-Man 2, because that my avatar is a picture that I took in the game of Spider-Man 2, and people didn't like the plot because it seemed like Peter was inept and couldn't handle anything, and Miles had to save his ass.
I mean, maybe that was the case. Maybe again, I'm not excusing bad writing, but what I'm not gonna let you say is, oh, my disapproval of the character is purely academic and in honesty. No, the fuck, it's not.
No, it's not. No,
it's not.
Because I said and I had openly said in the what's name, because I had this conversation with other dudes, and a lot of the times it does seem that they do come off as sexist. I've already said in the conversation, I was like, listen, I don't have an issue with female lead characters. It's just that what today's creators have shown time and time again is that they can't duplicate the hero's journey for a woman.
No, that's the issue.
They can't. That's the problem. The problem is shown that they can't duplicate the female's journey for a woman. And I'm like, y'all for some reason have not been able to do it since Kill Bill.
And you know what's funny though? You know what's funny is that I said this before in a different video. They can duplicate it, but in horror films.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah. I see exactly why you
they do it. They do it all the time in horror films.
Yeah.
But somehow anywhere else, it's we can't get our ass beat. No, we can't show that part.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that assessment, because that's what I've come to find. Yeah, that's 100% true when it comes to horror films. I bet it's just like, yeah, like I can't duplicate it. Well, I would say what's going to be seen as a horror film? Like that movie Prey on Hulu was pretty much like a Predator spinoff. Was like the latest female lead movie that was actually all right in recent memory. It actually wasn't bad. Even though you were waiting for it, you know that it was possibly going to be cringe, but I watched it anyway, and I was like, it's not so bad.
Let me see what Pensive said. That's why I agree with how Malcolm summarized it. We focus too much on getting approval from other groups. Kaizen, there's actually a quote from Zora Hurst Nelson, and the quote goes, they say we can't do art, so we spend a generation making artists. Then they say we can't do math, so we do it again and make mathematicians. But at the very end, we're always reacting to what others say of us and then acting upon it to prove them otherwise. And it's like, why the fuck should I care that you think we can't do art?
When it's clear, and especially when it's shown especially when it's shown that we can.
We can, but
like,
why is it that when you say I can't do it, now I'm gonna show you? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. But that's why I don't see the point in like doing that now. I'm gonna show you. I'm like, that's bullshit because we've already.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't gonna show you shit.
We've already shown that we can. So.
And what did Pensive say? They complain that they don't like mantle swaps. Again, these white guys can't keep their lies straight. They complain they don't like mantle swaps, but there's 3 different Flashes: Barry, Wally. Again, they can't keep their lies fucking straight.
Green Lantern's done mantle swaps.
Exactly. They can't keep their lies straight. Pensive, you said, I will say that the video games don't write Miles Will no. They don't. And quite frankly, I don't expect them to. It's the same thing with the comic books. Comic book Miles is a complete minstrel show. They got this fool Miles in the comic books out here wearing J's in New York, putting graffiti on Thor's hammer. Let me tell you this shit. Like. What the hell? Like, what is this shit? They got Miles doing this shit. Why? Because he's black. Exactly. Like these authors, again, I don't look to non-black people to write black characters properly. I don't expect them to. That's why I'm like, I'd rather you not show me in your story. If you're gonna do this bullshit, don't put me in the story.
Yeah, it's oh god, what the fuck?
This fool said, look at what this fool said in the comments. Look what he said in the comments. This is actual comic book. He said this shit. Look at this. Let me find that clip. He said, Mjolnir, by Odin's fade, I command you.
Odin's fade.
It is written in Marvel Comics.
Man, I can't stand it when non-black people write black people. It's so damn cringe.
Exactly. Like I'm not like no, don't. If you don't want to show me in the comic, that's fine. Don't, because I know you're gonna write a whole minstrel, a whole ass minstrel. Don't show me. I'm good. We don't exist in your story. That's fine by me. That's fine.
Yeah, but they don't. Oh God.
Like you know for a fact some non-black person wrote that shit, because no black person, not even American or otherwise, would say by Odin's fade. The fuck is this? Well, so like I said before, I have my reasons to say what I say. Non-black people are incompetent when writing black characters, and that's okay. I wouldn't expect you to be able to articulate the lived experiences of other group of people in its full entirety, especially when there is a cultural and historical climate that that deteriorates your mind to make you think because the character is black, they must operate in a certain way.
Yeah.
If Miles Morales was an Asian and was Thor, they wouldn't say, by the sushi of the East Sea, I summon you, Mjolnir. They wouldn't say, Kimchi, give me strength.
They get mad as fuck when we turn around and do it.
Exactly. So, like, I know what it is. I'm not dumb. Just keep me out of your story. If you can't give me the due diligence to write me as a full human being, and that goes for black women and black men, keep us the fuck out of the story. I don't want to be there.
Yeah, I'd
rather not. Verse making me a minstrel. I'll read it at home. Don't show me.
Hell, you even saw, even though it was a created character, Like, speaking about the pandering. You remember when they were doing promos of Skull and Bones?
Yep.
And you saw the black dude. It was always a black dude when they were showing them. Even though you can create your character, it was always a black dude, and he had a black dude with dreads. Even with Skull and Bones, that damn disaster. But they also, which is also why this is, why they're putting this what's his name, this new game front and center. And they got Yasuke as a damn DLC. Yeah, I see the pandering. It definitely is pandering.
It's pandering. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it's not pandering, but I'm definitely not gonna sit here and allow you to tell me your angst against it is completely academic and intentional. Fuck you, Jacob. I know why you're mad.
Yeah, we know exactly why you're mad.
It's not history.
I'm like, for some reason, because y'all can't be the dominant force. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all complaining about. Y'all got Captain America, y'all got Thor. The fuck y'all complaining about?
Shit, most of the X-Men are white, even though being a mutant is completely random.
Yeah. Because if you go back to Stan Lee, when he was writing him, his idea, so he says, was Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. So he had them black in mind, but I mean, you know how that goes.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not.
But it is what it is.
I'm not mad. Just don't lie to my ass.
Yeah.
Y'all think Yasuke is pandering? And how it was implemented, yes.
Yeah.
Lou wants to come up. Okay, here you go, Lou. Lou, are you there?
Yeah, what up, y'all? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, what up?
Hold on 1 second. Let me go to another. Let me move over real quick because she watching the show. I'll be right. Hold on. Give me like 2 minutes.
You're good. I'll just meet you. I'll just meet you.
Yeah.
Right. Captain America had a whole comeback era. Yeah.
Yeah. They won't even let him stay dead. They will not let Captain America die. They will not let him die.
That is so true.
They will not let Captain America die. Because when he first died at the end of Civil War, people had a fucking meltdown.
That's funny, but that's so true.
They had a fucking meltdown. They won't let the white boy die.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
They won't. Another thing about the mantle thing, they did the mantle thing with Thor.
And they hated Jane Foster. See,
Yeah,
again,
they hated Jane.
Again, like I said, they can't keep the lies straight. They can't keep the like I know these white boys hate women when they hate black men. So just take the Asian girl off the screen and put an Asian man there, and these boys will be fine. Just do that.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
How you
Good.
doing?
What's going on?
Who am I talking? Is Ease and who else?
Lion 917.
Ryan. Okay, what's up? Is it Ryan?
Lion.
Got you, Lion. Hey, Lion. So check this out, man. Like,
What's good?
So the Yasuke thing, I don't really think it's pandering per se, because I mean it's like, damn, they can't put no. I don't think, because I don't see how it's pandering.
If
it's historically accurate. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean. It's you're right, because earlier I said like, being a coon and being a token aren't the same thing, and this is the same thing. Like, this isn't pandering; it's just laziness.
Yeah, it only doesn't seem like pandering because now they're using an actual historical character, historical character.
Yeah,
That's how they can sneak it in. That's how they can sneak it in there. But understand, I think they're doing this to make up for Skull and Bones, because when you saw the promo Skull and Bones, who was the character they were always showing? Even though you can just create your own character, it was always a black dude.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was lazily implemented. Plus, again, if they really wanted to have a black pro tag, you have the whole continent of Africa to make a story from. Why wait till you get to Japan to do this shit? Even if he is real.
But when you really, but here's my thing to that, right? I mean, I feel exactly what you're saying about the Africa thing, but when you now just walk with me down this real quick, and tell me if y'all disagree.
Go ahead.
The under root of a lot of Assassin's Creed that I remember was basically like the Templars, right, and their need to colonize and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And using the apple, from the Garden of Eden and all that stuff, in order to conquer the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like due to just years of college, I don't know if that would. I think they're kind of like basically Western society type shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they're pretty much sticking to like a westernized. Now, when it comes to Japan, even though they're not Western, they're still, imperial. You know what I mean? Imperialist and
I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying?
No, and that's why I said earlier. That's why I said earlier in the stream that if they were going to make an African-focused one, they had to go way back before slavery was even a issue.
And you know what? I'm with you. That would be more powerful. I see y'all point with the laziness. Okay, I'm with y'all.
You see, and that's why, like in my example, I said pick Mansa Musa and his story to Mecca.
No, that would be. Oh, I feel okay. No, you know what? I'm tracking with y'all now. I'm okay. I'm on y'all page now. That's what you meant by lazy, because they don't want to go back and do the actual research.
If they
I'm with that.
Exactly. If they wanted a black man so bad, there's a whole continent full of stories.
There's a whole continent full of stories. There's a whole continent full of stories to do that.
Hey, that's actually a way better. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
Hell, forget Mansa Musa. They could have picked a fucking Anansi.
I mean, they could have went to the Ashanti. They could have went to the Zulus and that 100-year war against was it Dutch? Was it Dutch or Britain? They won 100 years, 80 years or something like that. A war with them.
Yeah, like they could have gone. They could Ethiopia too. Yeah. like I said, they could have. For me, I said to make it so safe that the racists can't say shit. Go back so far that American slavery is not even a thing in the time frame. Go back to like AD 500 AD Mansa Musa era. Go back that far. That way, no one can say, "Oh, well, I don't like it how in the game the white guys are the bad guys," even though that's historically accurate. But go all the way back. It's like but you're right though. Calling it pandering is wrong. This isn't pandering. This is laziness.
Yeah, you know what? Hearing what y'all saying, yeah, that's a good point y'all made. I can't really when you really look at it from because they're supposed to be known as like the historical
at least right, yeah,
they're supposed to be historically symmetric to to a point to where they kind of bend it a little bit to fit the game narrative, but that's the fun of it, right? But
yes.
But you're right though, I'm with that shit because I'm with that. Yeah, I feel that.
And to what Tyron said, yeah, the first black man was Adewale. But see, the issue with that was he was a side character in a DLC. If they had made Yasuke a DLC character again, that would have been bad too. Because then the next question happens, okay, why do you guys keep making the black characters DLCs?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Assassin's Creed 3, remember it was he was like, wasn't he like half white, half Native American?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, if they would have made him black, that would have been way, they would have really had to work, really had to do some research, really would have had to make it to where how can a black person in that time
move around
as an assassin? That'd be fire.
But they did though, and that was in a AC. I think it was AC Bloodlines, or was it AC Liberation, where it was a mixed girl who was the assassin, and who by day was the daughter of a plantation farmer, but then at night was an assassin. They did that, but guess what? That was a side game, DLC game too. Like,
yeah, it's just lazy.
It's just laziness. So, like, I can completely agree where folks are like, why not let's make it in Africa? Because that's a very valid question. But I'm not gonna let these white guys sit here and say, "Oh, I'm mad because it's not accurate." These fuckers are more concerned about accuracy in a Japanese style video game than in their own American textbooks. Stop it. You don't want accuracy. Talking about a fuck CRC, a fuck CRT, but AC Shadows has to be right. What? Yeah, you're right, Tyron. It was AC Liberations on PSP. Yeah. Are y'all still here? Is everybody still here?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I was
okay.
Stepped outside for a minute.
Well, it's just laziness. Like and it happens so often in fiction because I remember when I was watching Legend of Korra, and at the end of that show, they wanted to tell us that Korra and Somni were bisexual, and I was like, "Bitch, don't play with me. Like, if you're gonna give me some gay shit, give me some gay shit. Don't hide it in the subtext. Like, don't be lazy with that shit." Yeah, she was light skinned too. Yeah, she was a mixed light skinned girl.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, they can go to the Moors. They want to go back to Spain. They can go to that area. I mean, it's a lot of
Like I said, Africa. I mean, and the thing about it too is like again, if AC at its core is supposed to be a global game, about the beginning of mankind intertwined with these, advanced species stuff. How the fuck do you have a game that encompasses mankind's story and you haven't touched Africa outside of Egypt yet?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, that's like they only it's like it's real. It is lazy work. Like they only stick to the tried and true civilization.
Exactly. All the mainstream approved Western cultures that they touched on.
Yep.
Pirates.
They can go, pirates, Spain, Italy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not slick shit. It's not. You're not slick. I can see. I'm not stupid. Like.
Right.
Yeah, they even went back with Odyssey and did Gladiators. They did 2 games on fucking Gladiators.
Exactly.
Games on the Gladiators.
They go to Rome.
Yeah, they did 2 games on the Gladiators.
They did Vikings and Greeks. Like you ain't slick.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even taking real. Yeah, and it's like you're right with the Yasuka. It's like it's basically just you don't beat Japan.
And like you just said, and what you were saying earlier, and their best game, the fan favorite is Black Flag.
It's Black Flag, and Black Flag had a whole Welshman
go
to West Indies.
Yeah,
like
that's the fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite. It's Black Flag.
I mean, it's not bad. It's a fan favorite for a reason. I mean,
it's a good game, but
it's a great game.
Yeah, but it's like, if you're gonna tell me, oh well, the people in the story should match their culture, I'm like, nigga, Haytham Kenway was a Welshman. He's not West Indian. He wasn't even a pirate until then. What the fuck are you talking about? To be fair, Kyoshi was like 6 or something. I remember. Fair enough. The older avatars were on that. Were on some goon shit. They also said that Earth Avatar 4 Roku was gay. Again, it's that lazy shit.
Wasn't the one before Roku Kyoshi?
Yeah, Kyoshi is canonically gay.
Yeah, she's like that. Yeah.
But it's like, look, if you don't have the balls to just say that shit in your work of art, don't start putting subliminals and then tell your fan base, oh, well, y'all are homophobic for not accepting it. Now, again, to be fair, I know for a fact a lot of Avatar fans, just like a lot of, as much as I hate Anita Sarkeesian as a person, and I do, she is right when she says that a lot of the fan bases of geekdom culture are racist, sexist, and homophobic. She's not wrong.
Yeah, it is true, man. Like,
as much as I hate her for that Gamergate shit, she is not wrong when she says that. She's not.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like,
she's not wrong, but I can explain where I can explain where the sexism does come in. But here's the thing. But my thing about her statement is that I'm like, why are you putting bad writing on the fans? That's the only thing.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the way she went at that shit is like, don't be lazy about it. You know, like, but it's like she's not wrong.
I mean, but the thing about it, but it's the reason why she's not. The only reason I take issue with what she said, I was like, all right, you know, in this world, in this thing, this sort of subject requires context. So the racist part I get, but the sexist part I think is more so like I said, is because today's writers do not know how to translate a female hero. They really don't. They don't know how to translate it.
No, you're right. But I will say that at the time that she did the whole Gamergate thing, the articulation around that wasn't present. Like, at that time, we didn't have them fail like they have today. like back then they hadn't tried yet in movies and TV and shit. Now they have, and we've seen. Okay, you fuckers can't write for shit.
They can't write for shit.
you fuckers can't write for shit.
You can't write for it's like I had to pull a random movie out my ass in recent memory, which was Prey, as far as a female lead. I'm like, that was a random movie. But before that, no, you can't recall too many movies in recent memory that had a female lead and it was actually good. It was actually like the general public actually really liked it. It's not that many.
No, you're right.
Yeah, only even with games, like if we were to go to video games, I would say the latest one is if you ever played for Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn and the sequel are like the only like next to like Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones where it's like, okay, the female protagonist isn't some invincible bad bitch that can't lose.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll see. There's another game.
Like
there's one random game that's coming.
Yeah. Beta is another one too. 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 Yeah. Beta is another one too.
Yeah. There's another game that's coming next week, but it's only for Xbox. It's called. It's supposed to be a sequel. I've never played or seen this game. So it's called Senua, some shit like that.
Oh shit!
The Viking.
Yeah.
She's a Viking.
Yeah. That was an indie game. Maybe around like 2017, 2018. It was an indie game.
Yeah, this game that's dropping is a sequel to that.
Yeah. That one was good because it's more of a psychological game.
Yeah.
Than it is like an action game. But that one was
Senua Saga. Thanks, Spencer.
Yeah. That was an indie game.
But that's not too. But like I said, you see, it's not too many of them, though.
Nope, it's not. Tyrant, you said in Black Flag, everyone loved Adewale. Yeah, everyone loved Adewale because Adewale, again, they depicted him, even though he was a slave. And funny enough, he's actually Yoruba, because I know his name, Adewale, is Yoruba. So even though he was a slave, they gave him, like, he wasn't a bitch. Like after Adewale got free, he was like, "Look, I remember like there was one scene where Kenway asked him, "Okay, Adewale, you're free. Aren't you gonna go back home?" And he's like, "Go back home to what? By the time I go back, I can't guarantee my family will still be there. I might as well stay where I'm at right now and follow you." Like that's just some hardcore shit right there. It's like.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Women making that. My problem with women making those complaints. It's like, well, why can't y'all write better? Why can't y'all write? Why can't y'all translate the hero's journey in female?
No.
Why can't y'all do it?
I get your point because it goes back to what these white guys are doing. They're telling you half the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, I don't want to see Asuke in the game. Why?
Why?
Okay. Gaming is is sexist. Why?
Why?
What did Kaizen say? Kaizen said, I didn't rock with her either, but what she said proved that they have problems with their own men in particular. But they like to paint us all. I mean, that goes back to what I said in the Discord about how that kicker from Kansas went up there and said, women go be housewives, and his mom is a whole radiological physicist. Don't sell me shit you wouldn't buy, and don't.
My thing about that though, and I said it in the chat. See, here's the thing about that. That at the end of the day, that's something that his parents chose to be. So. And here's the thing about that. Like, okay, that's something that his parents chose to be into. Even though he could have went and repeated that, he decided not to. So technically, he's rejecting the G-Riders. Technically, he's rejecting it. Because him growing up in that household with his mother being a career woman, clearly it probably didn't go well. He was probably watching her mother be a career woman, and she probably sucked as a wife.
Possibly.
So I think honestly that's him rejecting the G driver. So I can't criticize him.
My only criticism came from the fact of that what he did, I see a lot of African girls do, and not even African girls. I see a lot of like immigrant girls do, where they'll get on the internet, right, and advocate these lifestyles that they know they weren't raised in. That's where I came from that as. Because that is what he's doing.
But see what it is.
I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying, because you're saying like sometimes their actions don't line up. Well, I'm like, in this dude's particular case, his actions are lining up. In his case, his actions are lining up. He could have got a career woman, but he chose not to do that.
And I can acknowledge that. Because like when I read those comments, I'm like, people are saying, "Oh, his dad was in his life." I'm like, he has his dad's first and last name. He's a junior.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Yeah. What are y'all talking about?
And then now he's like some closeted gay man. I'm like, so now he's gay?
Oh,
like,
now he's gay because he was in college.
Yeah, I'm just like, look. I get y'all don't like when men. I get that y'all don't like it when men remind women of gender roles, but please stop.
Yeah, stop.
This man isn't gay.
And my problem with that is they don't want to be reminded of gender roles. I'm like, yeah, but y'all don't even do shit when y'all reject it. Like most women who are rich, or there's not many self-made millionaires. Not even that line. I just hate when they love to say, "Don't tell us what to be," but remember, you men have to do this and provide. Yeah, that's what I hate. Oh yeah, I get it. That's like, what I hate. Told what to be, but love telling men what to be. Yeah, that's what I hate, because I know for a fact if he was like, okay, man, and to you young men graduating, go out there and be the providers and protectors our country and our country and our women need. They wouldn't be saying a goddamn thing. They wouldn't have said they'd be all over here saying Kyle Buckner gives endearing message to men to step up. Yes, like, but here's the thing. But here's the thing about that. It's only the general public who are bitching. The people who were there at the crowd were applauding. Yeah, because he was at a Catholic school. Yeah, exactly. He was at a Catholic school when he made that speech. He got a standing ovation from the congregation there at the school. It's the outside that church and the general public that are bitching. And you know what's funny is that they were calling all those women brainwashed. I'm like, I thought feminism was about a choice. Yeah. How are they brainwashed? I thought feminism was about choice. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about? They can't keep y'all cannot keep y'all lives straight. You can't keep the lives straight, man. They can't keep them straight. Like, which is it? Are you victims or are you superheroes? Which one is it? The white women can't keep the lies straight, and the white men can't keep them straight. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it's completely so counterintuitive. You're complaining about all these characters. I'm like, y'all still got y'all white boys that's still the prominent dudes. Like Captain America can't die for shit. No, but see, again, like Thomas Jefferson said, it's the white man's burden. It's the white man's burden. Yeah. The eagle is the white man's burden. It's the white man's burden. It's the white man's burden to be the center of everything. Yeah. Shit is crazy. And then get mad when you get it, but then get mad when people look at you a certain way or typecast you. I'm like, well, you don't show us anything different.
And you know what's funny? It's that same burden that's got these white boys committing suicide. Like that's too much stress.
Yeah, way too much stress. Because y'all get looked at as, you know,
as cash cows.
As elite. But that's the problem. Y'all get looked at as elite and nothing but elite, but the overall majority of you are not elite.
Are not.
When y'all don't make up for it, y'all crash out.
Y'all crash out. I'm like if y'all let other people, you know, have the spotlight, y'all can chill.
Yeah. But y'all don't want to chill. Even though when we make that point, I'm like, the overall majority of y'all are not Thor or Superman.
Let me see what a cousin said. Just like women, they want to have it all. Like, bro, you got to stop Superman crying.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, like, here's the wild part. I'm like, yo, y'all don't even have the wild part is y'all don't have to be. I see y'all out here at the bars. I was just at a bar, just like playing pool, and I'm seeing these couples. And I'm seeing this white dude. Like, this white dude was like, you wouldn't even look twice at this dude with this slim Spanish-looking chick. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all complaining about. What are y'all complaining about?
Again, it's that insecurity. Like, I mean, I showed y'all that video of that white guy. After 3 years of working out, I finally look like a black man who doesn't lift weights. These dudes, it's that insecurity, bro. And the thing about it is, we didn't do shit.
Nope. We didn't do
shit. That's all created. Y'all created that myth. I didn't say shit.
We didn't do a damn thing. But they were going off. Here's the thing: we didn't have to. It's what the women did.
Exactly. It's not my fault. That's on you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna touch the subject again with the whole self-esteem with black nerd shit, because that's been not even an elephant in the room. That's been a whale in the fish tank that no one wants to address.
The intimidation factor.
I mean, possibly, but it's just like a lot of black people who are not the prototypical black person go into these multicultural spaces with sycophantic and inferiority complexes.
Oh yeah.
And because they're already a subgroup in a subgroup, no one who's within that group says it. But we, as black people who've either been raised within comics, gaming, and stuff like that, you can see that shit. Like, nigga, why are you moving like that?
Yeah,
like you know, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Kaizen said, "White man make their women go bulimic," while brothers like put some meat on those bones. More or less, yeah, more or less.
More or less, but depend. But it's to the point now. It's way too much meat.
It's way
too much meat. The average woman today wears 100. Yeah, the average woman today wears 176 pounds. The average black woman weighs 186 pounds. That's way too much meat.
At 5'4".
Yeah, 5'4". That's the average. Like no. That's too much meat. Way too much meat.
Like it is what it is. Like,
but it's cool.
Again,
it's cool.
Yes, Penson. 176 at 5'4".
The average woman weighs 176 pounds. The average black woman weighs 186 pounds. This is why I laugh my ass off when women have the nerve to start talking about a man's income. That's why it's hilarious to me.
But that's a whole different story.
Story. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think probably let me see my schedule, because I think I go to work tomorrow. You know, I'll be at work like the next 3 days, all the way up until Tuesday. So let me see what times I'm going into. 5 to 9 on Saturday. 5 to 9 on Saturday. 12 to 8 on Sunday.
You get a PS5 yet?
Man, look, I got this car situation.
Oh,
Gotta go get an engine
oh shit.
for
Yeah.
it. But
Damn.
yeah, but I mean, the labor to put it in is gonna be done for free. So that's just the engine I gotta get. And I'm seeing for one, there's someone selling for $850 with 62,000 miles on it with a 3-year warranty. So I might be looking at that one to get put in the car.
Okay.
But yeah. But I think my next stream is gonna be on Tuesday, the 21st. Yeah, because that's when I won't have work. Yeah, well, I won't have work. Well, actually, no. I probably could do it Monday because I got off at like 3:00 on Monday. So
let's put it in the chat. You put it in the chat.
And maybe Monday or Tuesday will be a next stream on that whole how to be a black man with self-esteem, because that's actually it's a real, like it's real, like
yeah, you can tell in their mannerisms, the stuff you can tell in their mannerisms,
in the mannerisms, the videos they make. In fact, the fact that these niggas want Piccolo to be black and shit, like. I get the whole thing. Piccolo is different, but that nigga's not black. Let's stop it.
Yeah.
And the fact that so many of y'all have imprinted on him being black, he's like, why?
It represents because that's the thing. The representation.
Exactly. Like you're over here imprinting on a green alien that he's black because of what? How? But that's a whole different story. But yeah, appreciate the sellers. Appreciate Pensive for the donations. Appreciate all y'all who came in, commented. Don't forget to like, comment on the video in the description. Subscribe. Tell me what y'all think about this. Those who watch it for that, and let me just future proof this. In the event that this video gets brought up in the future and I'm in a different place on YouTube, whether I've made it, I'm getting monetized and shit, and someone says, oh, back then you said this, if you don't put the full context of this almost 3-hour stream in that attempt to get back at me, I'm going to get your ass. Because I know what I said in this video. I made my point very clear. So in the event that I make it big on this shit in later years, and someone tries that, oh, well, back when he was doing this, he was making these videos. Don't try it. I'm not the one. Yes, I have a stammer, but I know what I said. And with that, have a great night. Well, actually morning, but yeah, either way. Have a good one, Juan.
Later, man.
Peace.